Yeah, much appreciation to our American people. Tonight we're going to be joined with the guest, Chief Skyhand. He was on with us the other night. We were just having a general discussion and all of that. Just a general live we had. But yeah, he's going to be joining us again tonight, discussing urban Indian survival techniques. Going to be going to some history of our cultural heritage and survival traditions, methods, and things of this nature. I'm gonna go to rock the intro before we get started. Much appreciation you for your presence. Imagine everyone's healthy. You know what I mean? Let's go ahead and get the intro popping.
True culture. True experience. True issue. True news. True stories. Aboriginal American truths.
Yeah, so we're just waiting for the guests to jump in. Give me one moment. So give them a minute to join us and all of that. Shouldn't be too much longer. So we'll run this other Malcolm X clip while we wait.
To keep you and me in check, keep us under control, keep us passive and peaceful. It's like when you go to the dentist and the man is going to take your tooth. You're going to fight him when he start pulling. So they squirt some stuff in your jaw called Novocaine to make you think they're not doing anything to you. So you sit there, and because you got all that Novocaine in your jaw, you suffer peacefully. Blood running all down your jaw. And you don't know what's happening. Because someone has taught you to suffer peacefully.
Yeah, man, with that suffering peacefully situation, man. A lot of serious things is going on out here. The foreigners ain't playing with us, ain't been playing with us. Still waiting for Strongbow to join us. Chief Skyhand, waiting for him to tap in. Yeah, how's everybody doing though? Appreciate your presence. Yeah, Lamones Jr., how you doing? Appreciate your presence. Yeah, still waiting for Strongbow. Not sure what the situation is on his side. I spoke to him a couple hours ago. Yeah, I don't know the status. Yeah, just waiting for him to join us. But be the Aboriginal American Truths Instagram today, right? You know, we posted a situation where, you know, we have the state of Illinois, right? What they decided to do was I bet Strongbow with us now. Yeah, Strongbow was good. How you?
Halito Chumachukma,
Yeah, Alito. Yeah.
Chumahoke.
Yeah. So yeah. I was just about to share this to the audience real quick, right? So
Okay.
yeah, we get started right to this. You know what I mean? I'm just killing time before you jumped on. Right. So I'm
I
gonna do the screen share. I'm gonna get the screen
oh,
share popping. Yeah, I got the
I can
link.
leave. I
Huh?
can leave. I can leave and come back on.
I mean, no, this ain't gonna take no more than a couple hours. I was waiting for you. That's one reason why I started this. That's one reason why I started this. You know what I'm saying? So
Okay,
give me
cool.
1 sec. Huh?
Okay, cool.
Yeah. One moment. Yeah, so what we're looking at right here is on the Aboriginal American Truths website, right? So you see here that the state of Illinois, right, they done passed a law this week talking about requiring classes, new education about the pre-enslavement of quote unquote black people, while black people came to be enslaved in American civil rights renaissance. See, the significance of this is the fact, right? They're not talking about all the foreigners that were shipped here, the exiles from various foreign nations, foreign to the Americas, that was shipped here, and those were the original slaves. So I would encourage y'all to check out the Instagram, Aboriginal American Truths Instagram, as well as the Aboriginal American Truths Facebook page, where you can see the details of that post. But yeah, let's go ahead and get started, Strongbow.
Yeah, is my cousin? Is she on? Chief Zenoya?
I sent her the link. So I don't know if she's gonna join us or not, but yeah, she got the link though.
Okay, cool. Well, basically, bro, I just want to be here with you. You know what I'm saying? Something that a lot of people is not talking about. You know what I'm saying? And that's how we gonna survive. How we gonna get through this next phase? How we gonna get through this pandemic? How we gonna get through uh, when there's economic collapse, when the fall, when America is totally fall, meaning that when it become a cashless society, meaning that you can't even get into the stores unless you got a tag on you. And when I mean about a tag, I mean unless you're being vaccinated or unless you get an RFID chip on you. See, and there's a time going to come like that. But before I get started, bro, I just want to give the people a little background about myself and where I come from and who my people. And this here survival is not nothing new to me. I was raised like this. So what I'm gonna give the people is not a lot of book knowledge. It's like, how I was raised, how I was taught to hunt about my father and my grandfather. So I'm basically gonna, just give the people the things that we need. And I took a little notes, you know what I'm saying, to jog my memory. But yeah, my people come from the Mississippi Delta. And before it was the Mississippi, they used to call the land Ishakananu. And before they separated Alabama and Mississippi in 1817. So my people come right up off the Mississippi River. They come from off the Natchez Trail, which is called French Camp. It was called Frenchman Camp, but they changed to French Camp, Mississippi, and today is called Choctaw County. So French Camp consists of about 5 counties, and they come up out of a village called Apokaka. Apokaka village right off the Bocalusa uh, River, which means Big Black River. And it was only one village, Apokaka. And Apokaka means a place of happiness. And the Inklas that my people is from is called Okla Falala, meaning the people who are widely dispersed or the lone people It got different variations of names. So I'm of the Chata Gula or the Chata Okla. That mean the Chata people. Through my mother's, my grandmother's, and my great great grandmother's bloodline. Once it was called the West Florida, all the way from Bocalusa all the way to what you call Clarksdale, Mississippi. Um, my pops them they from Greenwood, Greenville, Mississippi, Washington County. So you talking to a real Mississippi boy. You know what I'm saying? I know about that Mississippi life. I know about that hot Delta life. We know about hunting. We know about fishing. And we know about trapping wild game. When I mean by trapping wild game, I mean I'm not going to no grocery store and buy my food. Matter of fact, honestly talking, I wish I had my brother with me and he can attest to this. Bro, to be honest, I don't remember going to the grocery store until I was probably like 10 years old because my father was bringing all our food from the woods. So, when I'm talking about all our food, I'm talking about squirrel, I'm talking about rabbit, I'm talking about coon, I'm talking about turtle, I'm talking about frog legs. My mother, I remember my mother cooking a squirrel, rice, and gravy in the morning for breakfast with homemade biscuits. When I was a little kid, they used to put our milk on the back of the porch. So I'm a real country by way city boy. So so we just gonna go get the people, talk about survival and what the people are gonna do in the case of a collapse. Now we got to understand, just a couple weeks ago, bro, we had a bad weather storm, just like Texas did. I went into the grocery store just to get a few items. I come to find out there's no food there. Matter of fact, I went to Walmart. And you still there, bro, Tony?
Yeah, right here. I'm listening. I'm on mute. Just listening.
Okay. So I went to Walmart and and I looked, it was no food. All the meat was gone. Everything was gone, bro. I'm talking about everything was gone. You had a little cereal, you had a little condiments and cookies and juice. But for us, all the major meat from all the way from the beef, the pork, the chicken, all that was gone. The milk, even the beer, all of the beer was gone, bro. If you want a 6-pack of beer, you could even get the beer. All that was gone. It was gone for 3 days. You go back, and all the water was gone. So I'm saying to myself, if we had 48 hours or 72 hours and there be a total collapse and they suspend this fiat fake money and you wake up in the morning, you go to the ATM and you can't get no money out because there's no money because the country is what? I think 78 trillion dollars in debt. I mean, this a debt that we ain't gonna never get out. So I'm saying to myself, damn, if if this country collapse and there is no food, because we got to understand the zombie nation. When I say the zombie nation, I mean people out there in the streets, people who don't think and move like we do, people who not awoken to what's really going on in the matrix. So I'm saying, if the country collapse and they suspend the Constitution and the Federal Emergency Management Act take over, which is FEMA, right? As they take over and they put curfews all over the major cities in America. Because one thing we got to understand, bro, the people is already conditioned to obey. They are already been conditioned to obey. So they tell everybody to stay in their house. They tell everybody there's no food. They gonna have designated places. One of the designated places might be a couple fire stations, a couple what they call it, Red Cross uh, places to go get your food, and they standing in this FEMA line just to get food because the trucks is not running. Grocery stores only hold food for 48 hours. So when the zombie nation go crazy and hit the grocery stores and get all the food out, because you know they only get number meat. You know how our people get. They gonna get the steaks. They gonna get the burgers. They gonna get all the chicken. They gonna get everything. Trucks ain't running, right? Now you got chaos in the streets because the Constitution has been suspended. Now you got what you call a second civil war. See, people believe these things is not going to happen. And I'm telling y'all, family, America is on its way to a famine. America is on its way to a second civil war. You see what the governor of Texas already told y'all. He was like, fuck y'all. Man, fend for yourself. I'm finna go on vacation. I'm tired. These Nahulas are tired of taking care of the so-called American Negro. I said so-called because the American Negro is the real American Indian. So they tired. They tired of constantly getting money given to you. So now what they doing? Every time they get some money, you got to obey. You got to do something. They just ain't giving you no stimulus check. No, it's something behind them stimulus checks. You're gonna have to get tagged. You gonna have to get tagged. They gonna trick you into getting tagged. But I don't want to be redundant. Let me get back to my subject. So, family, if there's no food in the grocery stores, all the water is gone, and I'm not talking about a couple of weeks. I'm not talking about a couple of months, because one thing about us as a people, we always survive. You know what I'm saying? We know how to make syrup sandwiches and sugar sandwiches, and we know how to survive. But I'm talking about 6 months to a year to 3 years, because the rule of the Nahula is over with. There's no coming back. This might be the last administration. I don't even think they're going to make it a year. This is the last administration, I believe, according to indigenous prophecies, because I'm the type of brother, I pay attention to prophecies. And when I ain't talking about Bible prophecies or Quranic prophecies, even though those prophecies are universal, but I'm talking about the prophecies from the Shattars, the prophecies from the Hopi prophecies. Nobody wasn't talking about the Hopi prophecies. We are living in the fourth world. And now some of our prophecies correlate with the Hopi prophecies and the Olmecs and the Toltecs and the Mayan prophecies. And the fourth world, we are in the fourth world, a world of chaos. And they worse and worse and worse. So what we must do and how we going to prepare. I'm just not going to talk about anything and not offer no solution, right? So you don't got to go to the grocery store. If you do, you're going to get caught up. And the little food that you cook, you got to worry about your neighbors because they hungry. You know what I'm saying? What's the whole saying, man? I got to eat. But it's going to be a time to come you really going to want to eat. See, I got to eat. It's not going to be just a new land, a new fad. You know what I'm saying? I got to get the bag. See, all that shit, they're going to be real talk in a few days. You really going to have to try to get a grocery bag with food in it. You really going to try to get to eat and put something in your stomach. So, you got the neighbors. The neighbors coming into your house. Want something to eat. Want to drink some of your water. Now, to all my revolutionary brothers, y'all know who y'all are. Y'all bang them up. Y'all bang brothers. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get to y'all bang brothers. I'm gonna get to y'all tough brothers, the tough brothers, the gorillas, the goons. You know what I'm saying? The Black Panthers. What's that brother called himself? Niggas ain't fucking around. They're not fucking around crew. I'm gonna hit on y'all too. Yeah, because America ain't gonna be fucking around in a few days. Nobody ain't gonna be fucking around. So, bro, it's chaos in the streets. People don't got nothing to eat. They hit the grocery stores up. They ain't called certain national guards to the city because they don't have enough means to control all the cities. It's not enough numbers in the National Guards, in the military, to control all the cities in America. So who they gonna bring in? They're gonna bring in the UN. For those y'all think that the UN is your friend, oh, the UN is not your friend. You can pull that ID card up talking about I'm American Indian. That ain't going nowhere. That ain't gonna amount to nothing. These the same people who killed our ancestors and took our ancestor land. So you think they're gonna befriend you because you show a tribal ID? Oh man, we finna get real with this. So bro, chaos in the streets. Now you got your bang bang brothers out there. They got their guns. I mean, it's good to have guns. I'm loaded. I'm strapped. But my guns is to get me to another place and protect me and my family and my society. So when you run out of bullets, do you have a bullet making machine? Do you have a bullet making machine when you run out of bullets? No, I know you don't. And do you know how to make bullets? So they can cut your water off. They can tell everybody, we're going to cut your water off, go in the house, curfew time. Curfew time, be in the house before dark. If you don't be in the house, we're going to cut your water off. Now your water's off. You got a little baby. You can't make no baby milk. You can't warm up that baby food because you got the bang bang niggas in the streets. They going to be trying to rob and hit everything. So they going to hurry up and snatch them up and get them under control. But just, okay, we're going to cut your electricity off. Now you in the dark, no water, no electricity. Some of our people, they are hooked up to machines, breathing machines. Grandmama and granddaddy got to have their insulin, or your niece or your little child who's a diabetic get to have their insulin shots. Where you gonna get your needles at to get your insulin shots? We are, brother Tony, Tomahawk Tony. We are already controlled, bro. We are already controlled and don't even know it. We are already in a police state and don't even know it. They got cameras on every street, on every block where I stay at. So how are we going to get out? And what we going to do? We're going to continue to keep arguing and debating about petty issues. And we did it, and Tony, man, we did it with sign. Hold on, bro. See, we play too many games. We did it with scientists. Wicked scientists. These people got a satellite that they could beam down on you. Look at your address, your contacts. If you take your ID out, that satellite can beam down on your ID. We playing too many games. And sometimes I feel sorry for us as a people, bro.
I mean, see, you know, this situation with that, right? You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, we got responsible parties. You know what I mean? How I say it, and people know how I go on my channel, right? You know, I don't fuck with these black motherfuckers, man. We got a lot of people, man, that invested in all this black bullshit, all these goddamn gears that's produced no results. No results, yo. Why these motherfuckers done disrespected our ancestors, all of our nations, all of our people, etc. Done disrespected the land, the whole fucking nine. These bitches done contracted against us, man. That's why we in the condition that we in. These motherfuckers got all the goddamn influence amongst our people, contract with all these damn foreigners and shit, and we in a real fucked up position right now. That's the whole truth of the matter. So, in my opinion, until we get these black motherfuckers from around us, we going to stay fucked up until the foreigners' plan to annihilate, exterminate, and make our people extinct fucking becomes realized, man. Because that's what's going on. That's what's going on.
Okay.
That's what's going on.
I get that. But you know what, though? A lot of us going to die with them black motherfuckers. The motherfuckers don't care shit about no black motherfuckers. Ain't no American Indian, bro. You did
No,
it.
I'm already know. But the thing is, them niggas is cannon fodder. They importing Africans right goddamn now, man. Africans being imported right now. No, there's a replacement. There's a whole replacement campaign, man.
This was gonna happen. All the foreigners gonna get up out of here.
When this shit go down, man. That's not true. That's not true. You talking about things that's collapsing right now. Motherfuckers is still coming here right now.
I ain't talking about that, bro. Check this out.
Okay.
When this shit go down, they got them passports. Them African motherfuckers, them Arabs, they got them passports, bro. They gonna call their embassies and get the fuck up out of here. They ain't finna stay. I could go into history with this shit, and I'm gonna show you something. And I'm gonna use a little history. I'm finna show you something to these motherfuckers claiming Moors. And I'm gonna touch that, then I'm gonna come back to this. And I'm gonna show you how their mindset work. But then we gonna get back to the real enemy. And we gonna stay on the real enemy. When the Gullah Geechee War and the Stono Rebellion, when the Stono Rebellion broke out, I believe that in 1719. Then from the Stono come up off the Stono River, which is the Stono Indians, and led by Cato Johnson. My cousin got a granddaddy named Cato. Cato was an Indian. Cato Johnson led the Stono Rebellion in South Carolina. Then you broke off from the Gullah Geechee and the Yamasee. All these people did the same wars. But you had foreigners in the midst of their war. Some dark-skinned foreigners. They was Moors from Turkish. They didn't join up with the Indians. They didn't join up with the Gullah Geechee. They didn't join the Yamasees. They didn't join the Stonos. They ran, bro. And they petitioned that governor at that time, we need to get the fuck up out of here, or either y'all got to protect us up under Moors, so y'all got to protect us by the Treaty of 1776. These was not no black Negro nappy head Moors. These was Turkish. I got the pictures and I got the records. So they sought refuge with our enemies. What they did back then, they gonna do the same thing today. So if prophecy fulfilled itself according to the Hopi and Maya and Shattars and the indigenous people prophecies, because our ancestors spoke of this shit. I ain't talking about no Native Americans. I'm talking about them dark-skinned, old-looking Indians. Look like you and me. The people who studied the stars. The people who built the mounds. If you go in Alabama, the mounds in Mobile, Alabama, and Moundville sit right up under the star system or Orion. And one of the mounds sit up under the star system of Sirius. We built our mounds up on the star system because our ancestors knew a day like this was going to come. So what these Africans and these Arabs and these black motherfuckers going to do? They going to do the same thing that Negro did in the Tusker Rise. Do you know what that Negro did in the Tusker Rise when they went into Oklahoma and they was killing all those people? You know what the black motherfucker did, bro? Well, if you don't know what the black motherfucker did, if you don't know what the black motherfucker, I'm gonna tell you what the black motherfucker did. While they was killing indigenous people in Tulsa, Oklahoma, they burnt the bridge in Kansas, so our people from Kansas could not come and help their people in Oklahoma. The black motherfucker saw a number of indigenous people piled up in trucks. Guess what he did? He would have put his I believe, Civil War uniform on. He ran in the house, put his uniform on, came back on the porch, and saluted them white boys. Did this here. Because he had his uniform on, saying, I am fought for America. That's what the black motherfucker did. And they gunned him down right on their porch and drug his body off their porch. See, these boule niggas that you speaking of, They gonna be the buffer between us and our liberation. They gonna be taken out of. The
Yo, that's
bootleg
exactly
niggas
what I was saying a moment ago.
the bootleg niggas already been taken out of. Look at the Bill Cosby. Oprah Winfrey got a fucking ankle bracelet on. They already removing these. They already moving these bootleg Negroes. These bootleg Negroes better not
But it's
even
still many
speak.
more though, man. It's still many more. They ain't all gone yet, man.
But check that out, bro. We don't have to be worrying about the Negroes because they're gonna get handled. I'm talking about to the indigenous people, to the so-called revolution Negro Indian. See, black people don't bother me because I was raised up around them. I know what they gonna do, and I know what they ain't gonna do. And I know we should see this the reason why Tomahawk I be preaching. The American Indians need to stick together. The American Indians need to stick together. We got American Indian problem. We don't
That's
have
right.
a black problem. We don't have a black problem. We have an American Indian problem. This the reason why I said stop letting foreigners in our tribes and in our groups. And when I mean about foreigners, I mean Hebrew Israelites, I mean Moors, or any other foreigners that take us from our original culture.
That's right.
Hebrew Israelites need to stick with them. How many sections of Hebrew? Y'all family. I'm gonna get back to the survival because I don't want to digress, but I'm coming back. But how many Hebrew Israelite sects there is? See, you got about over 10 different Hebrew Israelites. They divided. How many more sects you got? You got Clock of Destiny. You got Moors Round Table. You got the Brother out of Washington. Man, you got so many different branches of Moors. So they got a problem. You got so many different branches of churches and Islamic factions. What I'm saying, that the American Indian have aboriginal title to this land. That's what I'm saying. Everybody want to ride our back. It's time for us to shake them off our back.
That's
And
right.
it's time for us to really truly identify ourselves. How you gonna unite with somebody else and you ain't even united with yourself? When you go to jail and you check in, the first thing they're gonna ask you, are you in a gang? And if you in a gang, if you're a Crip, they're gonna put you with the Crips. Why? Because you're among your own kind. Until you go into population. And then if you go into population, you around down there everybody. But most time, if you go into population, you're gonna see everybody who affiliated with their group. Because why? You feel protected when you with your group. You know your group got your back. Even the corporate white boy, if he get locked up, he got to get goddamn with them Ku Klux Klan. He got to go over there with his group. Even when you deal with the Mexicans, where they got to go? They got to go over there with their group. They got to go over there with Cortez them. They got to go over there with Gerardo them. That's where they got to go. With MS-16, they got to join their group. So as people can do that, being incarcerated, the American Indian should be able to do that today. Because why? We got something to fight for. We got something to fight for. When you know me, I'm real, bro. When I went on the mounds and they cut one of the trees down off the mound, one of my tribal members called me, Chief Skyhand. They cut the trees down off the mound. Me and my wife over here. I said, I'm on my way. I went up there and told them folks who I was. They called a supervisor. Hell, the man who was contracted to cut the tree out, they called his supervisor. Because I'm saying, y'all cannot be cutting trees on our land. This is a sacred place. I didn't show no ID, bro. I didn't call no damn mayor. I took care of that right there. And since then, they ain't cut another tree down. What I'm saying, the American Indian, the Negro Indian who had to go who had to go to courts in Carolina to get their status back and free themselves and free our people. What I'm saying, there's a lot of shit that we don't have to do but to stand up and stop being cowards.
That's right.
Stop
I agree
being
with you.
a coward like that. That's true saying. A coward die 1,000 deaths. I said a coward die 1,000,000 deaths.
Shit, we gonna see how they drop in a minute, man. Fuck with this damn vaccine, man. Fuck with that foreign shit. We gonna see. About to be a whole fucking live demonstration out this motherfucker.
Joe Biden said he wanna vaccine every American, bro. Every American. I read a book called The Population Bomb. This book was written before William Cooper book, Behold the Pale Horse. Matter of fact, William Cooper echoes some of the things that this author was talking about. And in the book, it called Population Bomb. The book was written in the 70s. It's very confined the book. But if y'all can get that book, get the book called Population Bomb. And in the book, they telling you of some segment of people that they trying to get rid of. They've been trying to get rid of you since day one. Hold on, family. They've been trying to get rid of you since day one, since they came over here. You know the reason why the eugenics started? Because we was mating so hard and we was outnumbering them. They said, okay, we got to start, we got to get a eugenics movement. We got to get rid of these Indians. They got to get up out of here. We got to destroy them.
We'll see with Skyhand. Sky, let me just add this to that real quick. That from my research, right? When we really look at eugenics, right? All of that began with the expulsion of the Moors, the slaughter and the expulsion of the Moors out of Europe, back in the pretty much the 12th to 15th century. That was eugenics right there at its finest, because the Moors had done it onto the Europeans, onto the Caucasoids. They done did that onto them.
Yep.
They was blacking up their bloodlines. That's why you got all the mulattoes and all of that running around coming out of there. The original mulatto it come from the Moors. You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
And so fast forward, what they needed to do was purify their bloodline. That's what eugenics is all about.
Yep.
But yeah, I'm gonna fall back. I'm listening.
I agree, and they practice the same thing over here. That's the reason why they started the American Colonization Society.
That's right.
That's why if you look at I got a map, and they show you the Mississippi colony in Africa. They show you they show you the New Orleans colony. I mean, Louisiana. It's called the Louisiana colony. It's called the Maryland colony, and the Mississippi colonies. And these different colonies were set up in Africa because they was taking the people and sending them over there through the American Colonization Society. That was a part of eugenics. So what I'm telling the people is they've been trying to get rid of you. They've been trying to, that's all they know. That's all they know. This what this whole thing about. To eradicate the ancient ones off their land. And the ancient ones are us. And that's what it's all about. So what I'm saying is, brother, get back to the survival, because our people got to be schooled in that. And I believe if you've been talking about history, and we need history for the new ones, you know what I'm saying? The new people who waking up, we need that history. But I'm talking about if you seasonal, you should be on a whole nother, people should be on a whole nother page. You should have a bug out bag in your car. And your bug out bag should have certain type of items in it. Look, I got a gas mask right here, bro. I got a gas mask. This gas mask is was in my trunk.
Yo, you got filters? You got filters for it?
You see it?
No, I'm saying you got extra filters. You got to have extra filters.
I got you see one of them in there already.
That's right. That's right. Good. That's all I'm asking. Yep.
Yeah. And I got some up to date. I got up to date coming in also. I'm gonna end up giving this to one of my tribal members because I got some modern day gas masks coming in. And the people, y'all need to know how to make homemade gas masks. What they was doing to them Negroes who out there talking about Black Lives Matter, they shot some gas at them. And what they do, broke out and ran. They don't even have to do nothing to you but shoot some gas at you, and you're gonna break out and run. And they pop you on the head with that bitty club, and you're gonna hold your head and break out the run.
Yeah, and see, I'm glad you brought that up. I'm glad you brought that up because some years ago, I posted about that, right? How that CO2, I forgot the name of it, but I believe it's just a CO2, if I recall correctly, it's that particular gas in which they use, it is banned internationally. The usage of it itself is a war crime. You see what I'm saying? Because what it does, it destroys the lungs of the target. You see what I'm saying? So you're talking about a gas that is banned internationally because it destroys the lungs of the population that inhales it. You see what I'm saying? And for the fact Black Lives Matter and whoever, all these black organizations that got resources, they did nothing about it. They said nothing about it. That was very telling.
Bro, they didn't even put out a lawsuit, bro. They ain't even put out a lawsuit when they hit them with their gas, man. Because if you have the right to peaceful protest, right? According to the Constitution, you got a right to peaceful protest. You don't have no arms on you. You got your hands up saying I can't breathe, and they still hit you with some gas.
Yeah. And let me say this. The exact name of it is CS. Look up CS tear gas. CS. And you will see that it's banned internationally. It is a war crime to use it. But yeah, my apologies. I'm fault, but I'm listening.
And the president of Black Lives Matter, they ain't even petition. They didn't do no lawsuit. They didn't do nothing. And some of these people are sick behind that. Some of these people are sick, and it destroys the lining in your lungs, which cause you to have, I think it's not colitis, but it's something that is a disease that's in the lung. It causes the lining of your lungs to swell up.
That's right. But hold on, Skyhand. Let me add this to that real quick, right? So we know with this COVID pandemic situation, right? How do we know that the symptoms, because breathing, people struggling to breathe, right? How do we know that as a result of X amount of people that inhaled that tear gas and whatever else they got in the air, how do we know that's not the cause that is being associated? That's being associated to this COVID situation. How do we not know this?
That's a valid point. That's a valid point, and we don't know because we can't count on the doctors. They ain't gonna tell us the truth. Shit, they helping you to die because they know who you are. Hold on, man. Let's see.
Suffer peacefully. As Brother Malcolm said, suffer peacefully. Them doctors is helping you doing all these black motherfuckers helping the people to do. Suffer peacefully, right?
Quiet weapons for a quiet war. Even this vaccine, it's a weapon. It's a weapon against indigenous people and against humanity. Quiet weapon for a quiet war.
Yeah, silent weapons for silent war, absolutely. And see, you know,
Right. Thanks for correcting me, bro. Silent weapon for a silent war.
Oh, well, hold on. Let me add this in the equation. Let me add this in the equation real quick, right? So, you know, I previously presented King Ferdinand's letter to the Taino Arawak Indians. In that letter, and this letter is dated 1493, all right? It says blatantly in there, we shall attack you from all sides. The reason why I've repeatedly presented that text over the years, right? After I found it, right? We have to define what this all sides means. What is all sides we shall attack you from? What is that? How do we define that? Air, water, soil, right? Air, water, and soil. We need that. All of the natural elements. They've literally attacked everything natural. They've attacked the people directly. They attacked nature directly and all of that. Next up is the food supply. The food supply has been compromised. We see what it is. We see what it is.
They finna run a pipeline I was talking to a young brother, and they fighting this in the city. I gave him one of my cars. They finna run a pipeline. I think through here, through Louisiana and Texas. They trying to connect all these pipelines, and they talking about when they do that, all the lead, the mercury that's going to be in it. We already have a certain amount of lead and mercury in the water. If you take your hair and you go get your hair analyzed, you're going to see that your hair on your head has a certain amount of percentage of mercury and lead just in your hair. And what do lead do? Lead floats where? To the bottom of the water. So we got all these heavy
It's a
metals
heavy metal. That's right.
We got all these heavy metals in us. We got all these nanos in us. People are dying every day. The diet is bad. Ain't even breathing good air. Silent weapons for a silent war. We ain't talking about getting back to the land. We ain't talking about starting no survival group where a couple of us to get together and get some land and be able to survive on our land with fresh well water. Create our own filtration system on some land, because we're going to have to get out the city. We're going to have to get out the city. Because the brother, I don't know if he on, but the brother, Wild Indian, he asked me a question. And he was like, bro, what? He said, we in Chicago. And he like, we do call Chicago the city. Chicago's built, people built you on top of each other in Chicago. So I was like, and I want to touch on my people in the Midwest. It get cold out there. I don't even like going to Chicago in the wintertime. It's too cold. I don't want to go to Minnesota. It's too cold. Green Bay area, it's cold out there. So what y'all gonna do when it's cold? And you got to get out that city. What I'm trying to suggest, you got Fulton County, you got Peoria, which named after Peoria Indians. You know what I'm saying? Illinois, you got to go back and study the Illinois Confederation. Some of y'all come from those people. How did they survive? You got national parks all out throughout New Orleans. People who woke, y'all gonna have to start going camping. You got national parks, fresh waters in those national parks. You got cabins in those national parks. The national parks ain't number Indian territory. It belongs to us anyway. You're going to have to learn how to fish. You're going to have to learn how to hunt. So if you're in the cities, you have to start getting yourself used to going to those national parks. You're going to have to use to get yourself camping. But I understand ain't no thug niggas, no street niggas going camping, because they trying to get the bag. They trying to get the money. But people who think like me and you, bro, y'all going to have to start going camping. Y'all going to have to get a bug out bag. It's 3 major parks in Fulton County. You got the Illinois River, which got plenty of fish in it. You got white-tailed deer all throughout those national parks. So if there's a collapse and the city becomes so unstable that you can't live and you can't survive, you got to get your people and hit one of those national parks. Now, let me mind you this here now. When you go, you better go right. Because you know why? We got the militias. You got the militias. If you're in the Midwest, you need to be researching how many militia groups in my area. Tony, do you got that the information I sent you about the militia? Can you pull that up?
Yeah, I'll pull it up right now. Let me go to add it real quick. Here we go. We do it big. All right, so I got 3 of them up. We got Lone Star Watchman, Mutual Assistance Group. We got Texas Militia, and we have Golden Triangle Militia, Orange County unit.
Okay,
Which one you want to deal with?
All of those militias in Texas. So I want to deal with the one. Read off the one where it said that it's doctors, it's lawyers, just regular people.
Which one is that one? Is it Texas?
Yeah, pull it. I think it's go back to that first one.
What LSW
Yeah.
Lone Star Watchman?
Read that what it said. Who we are.
All right, here we are. Okay, first and foremost, we are your average American citizens. We are doctors and lawyers, firemen, EMT, and police, teachers and tradesmen, retirees and young families like everyone else in your local community. We come together as a group united by our moral beliefs and our loyalty to each other.
Police, lawyers, doctors, firemen. They are united because they got a common belief and they are what? Loyal to each other. So you wonder why you getting so you wonder why these people getting sued in the streets. Hey, bro, it ain't nobody talking about this. You wonder why you getting shot in the streets. You a militia shot you up. The militia eradicating you. Why do you think they getting off? They going to the militia judge. I mean, it ain't funny, but it's real. The judge is a militia. Oh, you wonder why you dying in the ambulance? The ambulance driver is a militia. That's the reason why you ain't making it to the hospital. Everybody got everybody back.
They are loyal to each other.
And they are loyal to each other. And they know who you are. The abos, the originals, they know who you are. Y'all can't even get your nationality right. You messed up on your name. You're arguing over flags. You're arguing over crazy stuff. And these people are united and they loyal. Every year they do a ritual to see who they're going to kill. So the judge already know who they're going to kill. This ain't this all of this by design. This not a game.
Yeah, and see, I want to add this to this, right? You know, it was our ancestors that taught these people how to survive on this land.
Right.
You know what I mean? When we have a real interaction with some of these groups, right? You know, you'll see that they are very respectful for our people that are knowledgeable of who we are. You know what I'm saying? Like it says right here. Huh?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, like it says right here, we are not revolutionaries. We are not a hate group. We are not anti-government. We are not a militia because you are already a part of the militia, right? It also says we are everyone. We are everywhere. Everyone is welcome, regardless of age, race, religion, gender, or political affiliation, provided you believe in our great country and the Constitution being supreme law of our land. We are a diverse group of ordinary citizens with a love for our country and for Texas. So I mean, this is why it is vital, in my opinion, for our people, especially our youth, to be aware of what's really going on out here. Who's really out here? Because like you just said, and like we reading right here, they are everyone and they are everywhere.
Everywhere, bro. Now,
our American people.
Now that goes back to the black folks who are part of these militias, but they ain't gonna let you know because they gonna help them get off. And then you call them a coon, you call them a sellout, but he a part of the he's a puppet. He being used.
You know, Skyhand, I'm glad you brought that up too, right? Because a few months ago, I did a presentation, you know, the series called Hidden Colors, right? Where my man Terry, he introduced me to the Tories. Have you heard of the Tories?
No, sir.
Tories, Torries. These were these foreign Negroes, Moors, okay? Moors that participated in the revolution, in the American Revolutionary War, right? So we talk in the late 1700s, where here it is, you have these foreign Negro, African descent people coming out of Europe, right? Slaves and all of that, that was fighting alongside of these other foreign groups. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This what I'm gonna do real quick. I'm gonna run that Hidden Colors introduction video, right? It's 1 minute, right? But
Okay.
you're gonna see the images in here that references all of these Negroes that are blended in throughout society. You see what I'm saying? Let me go to run it real quick.
Okay, go ahead.
I bet. So basically what you saw there real quickly, right? I don't have the images up on the computer right now, but basically what we just saw is the fact, these people have been blended in through all ranks of society for many centuries now. You know what I'm saying? And like you said a moment ago, Skyhand, they're definitely involved in these various militarized paramilitary militia type groups. You see what I'm saying? They have no problem being African American because they don't have no real heritage. Their heritage is that of the real slaves, the real exiles. Like you said a moment ago, also, you know what I'm saying? We're dealing with American Indian problems, not these black problems. The American Indian problem is very different. Our problem for the American Indian, the problem is colonization. The problem is the annihilation of our people, the extermination of our people, the intended and strategic methodology for our extinction, which enables the foreigners to continue to live on our land, not their land, on ours.
That's right, bro. And the thing about it, now who they call today? See, one thing about it, bro, they reward their Negroes. Oh man, they reward their Negroes. Who is the Cavaliers? The Cleveland Cavaliers. I mean, you talked about this. The Cavaliers are Moors. Put it up. You will see one of the head. I can't even think of his name, but he was a head Moor. He got the big hat on with the big feather on, riding the horse. He was a Cavalier.
Yeah, Skyhand, we definitely gonna have to prepare that presentation, man. Because I would definitely like to get into details with this.
Yeah, the Kansas Jayhawks. Who was the Kansas Jayhawks? And they became the Bushwhackers. Y'all heard of the Bushwhackers? These was the Negroes who joined these Nahulas, and they went all down through New Orleans. They went all down Mississippi, killing Indians. Negroes. Who was the Buffalo Soldiers? We already know that story. Who was the 49ers? Who went all through that Californians? Militias with black Negroes killing Indians. So they reward their people by getting them a football team. Naming a football team after them.
Redskins versus 49ers and all of that, right?
Yeah. The 49ers and the 49ers. And I get up, man, I got 49ers jersey and hat. And the 49ers was killing the Indians and stealing the gold.
Yeah, the Redskins versus the Raiders and the Buccaneers and all of that, right?
Buccaneers are more.
That's right.
So they know who they are, and these are gonna be the same. That's why I go back to my original statement. The American Indian problem is our problem, and we can't make nobody else's problem. We can't afford to take upon anybody else's problem.
That's right.
We can't. See, it's all about survivors of the fittest. When the smoke clears, we want to be standing. When the smoke clears, we want to be standing. And our standing is based on our ability to unite. Because when we go and try to unite with everybody else, they going to try to make us them. So when you become them, your culture gone, your name gone, your language gone, everything about your system is gone. This
Yeah,
the reason why
that's the de-Indianization.
yeah.
See, that's what's real interesting about all this, right? So here it is. We had these foreign Negroes, these Moors and all of that participated in the conversion of Indians into Christianity, right? And as a result of an Indian becoming a Christian, that makes them a Negro. That's intentional. That was a whole strategy to de-Indianize our people. Now, fast forward as of the 1900s now, right? We got all these black preachers, right? That's promoting assimilation and integration and all of that. That's furthering the de-Indianization of our people.
See, this the same thing, Tony. Tomahawk.
Yeah.
The church is what? 50C3, right?
501c3, yep.
So when you become a 501c3, what you become?
A subsidiary corporation of the bigger corporation, United States.
So the government really be over control over what? Your church, right?
That's of course, yep. You got to follow your regulations.
So the same as what you become a 501c3 tribe. So when you become a 501c3 tribe, that's the same thing. You become the new fine civilized tribe because you're getting a 501c3, which is a Christian doctrine. You become a Christian corporation. You went back and Christianized your people. So you got to play along to get along. These niggas ain't like Pimp C said. These niggas ain't finna leave the mansions. Them niggas ain't finna get about them Benzes. Them niggas ain't finna get about them Rolls Royces. So these 501c tribe trying to get some money, they become a capitalistic tribe. It's about the capital now.
Yeah, the term I would encourage y'all to look up black capitalists. Black capitalists.
Yeah.
You'll see the history of these black capitalists.
What did Steve Harvey tell
Monique, right?
Monique? He said what? He said it's about the money game. Did he not tell her?
He's not going to stop being a puppet because he's a grandfather and he got to take care of his grandbabies and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So he will be a good puppet. Paraphrasing.
So here's the sister Monique. Got a major lawsuit in. She ain't trying to buck dance for these people. Taking these people to court, getting $1 million lawsuit. These Negroes trying to stop her. They said what? They blackballed them. They put a bad name on her. And Steve Harvey said it ain't about that, it's about the money game. Come on, bruh. So, man, we got to know, look, we need to get a book called How to Spot an Agent. And I'm finna break this shit down. I'm finna show y'all how to spot. I'm gonna speak on some of these, how to spot an agent. I was trained to look through your shirt and see your second shirt. I was trained to look in your eyeballs. When we tell a lie, when your body's clean enough and you go on a good fast, when you tell a lie, your body have pharaohs in it. It produces order because we are created to be the people of truth. Our ancestors don't know anything about lie. So when you lie, your body produces order because you're going against the nature of things. That's the reason why they know how to put lie detectors on you, because your body responds and it creates more muscles when you tell a lie. So how do you spot an agent? What is the work and the job of agent? Because we use that word and we throw that word around too much and don't know what we're talking about. Some of us are provocateurs. That meaning that You're an agent, and you don't even you a fucking agent, and ain't you're an agent without a paycheck. You're an agent without a paycheck. You're a CI, and some people are on the payroll, and we got to understand how to spot these people. Because one thing about it, these people only gonna go with you so far because they is not gonna upset the system. So here's an agent. Me and Tomahawk, real cool, right? That's my guy, Tomahawk Tony. He, as soon as I get off this live tonight, he'll get a phone call by probably somebody he know. And the conversation will go to Brian. That's a beautiful comment. That's a real bill that you and Chief Skyhand did, bro. That was a real bill. I love that bill. But you know what, though, brother? I think you need to watch that, brother. You know what I'm saying? Pay attention to his movement. But don't say that I said it.
Don't tell him I said that.
Yeah, don't tell him I said that. That's between me and you. So brother probably ain't gonna want to upset none, but he's my guy. He gonna say, well, hold on, bro. Let me call Ron.
That's right.
Brother Ron on. Let me call Brother Ron. Let me call Chief right now and put him on the phone. And we're gonna discuss this like men.
That's right.
Let me give him the opportunity to defend himself. So now he gonna be like, well, brother, don't even worry about it. I don't even want to be on the phone. Man, don't worry about it, bro. Don't worry about it. So Tomahawk gonna say, you know what? I'm gonna tell him that you said it anyway. See, that's how we shut shit down.
Exactly.
That's how you uproot, because it's a list. The number one way to break an organization is telling lies, rumors, and lying on people. We already been through this, right? We already been with people scorning and slander our name.
Yeah.
But nobody ain't get on the phone and call Tomahawk on the phone, calls Chief Skyhand on the phone, call these people on the phone. I want to be on the phone while you talking about them so they can know what's going on. That's how you shut shit down. See, that's why we call ourselves Strongbow Society. Because you got to be strong to do that. You got to have heart to do that. Because you might be real friends with this dude. See, that's the thing of an agent. The agent is like a counselor, bro. You can't detect cancer in this early stage because the cancer is identical to the cell that is unleashed itself on. So when the doctor go in, they really can't tell cancer in this early stage. That's how an agent is. Talk like us, move like us, look like us, because you can't detect them in their early stage. You only find out when you in jail, or when you dead, or when something mess broke out there. You be like, damn, man, that motherfucker crossed me, because he been an agent all the time. We use that word too loosely. And the people that we call the agents, they probably ain't the one. Man, we don't know nothing about survival, bro. We don't.
No, I'm with you, man.
Situation where,
yeah, go for it. I'm listening.
Yeah. So all of that, what me and Tomahawk talking about, we still talking about survival. Because what they gonna do, want to play you out of position. See, you know how the enemy look. So the real person got to come looking like you, talking like you, and sounding like you. See, it's a difference between a revolution. Okay, let me get ready to finish because I'm gonna try to charge my phone. But I want to do a part 2 of it. I get deeper. See, this the thing. They gonna come looking like you, sounding like you, talking like you, wearing feathers, going to the powwow. Oh yeah, they gonna do all of that. Get you food till it really come down. See, it's a difference between somebody yelling Black Power and yet a revolutionary. It's a big difference. Black power can be sold. Well, what Tony was talking about that black power, that shit been bought. And so, and you can find it on the shelf with Black Lives Matter. You can find your Malcolm, you can find your hat with the X on it. You can find your hat with the African sign on it. All of that is for sale.
Yo, the continent, the piece of the continent, right? Because Africa's not even a continent; it's a part of an entire landmass, right? But you got a piece of this continent, right? Earrings, necklaces, the Pan-African starter kit is some of the good people's call it, right?
Yeah, it's for sale. It's look good. It's a makeup. It's for sale. How much that cost? $12.99, $7. It's for sale. It don't
Manufactured
carry
in
no
China.
weight.
Yeah, and it's all manufactured in China now.
Yeah, it's manufactured. The whole movement, the whole character of the movement is for sale. They bought that. Time Warner, Hollywood bought Black Power. Y'all sold Black Power to Hollywood. Hollywood owned Black Power. Y'all didn't know that? They gave you Black Power. They gave you James Brown. Said black, I'm proud. You crazy niggas. They gave you that. Say it loud. I'm black, I'm proud. They told James Brown to go out and talk to the people. When the people was riding, they told James Brown, come on out and talk to the people. Yeah, they gave you, what's that Jew name, that black boy, Sammy Davis Jr. They gave you Sammy Davis Jr. They gave you the black face. Put the black makeup on with the big lips and your eyes look all buck. They bought that. They bought that in the 60s. That's how they knew they was going to be able to shut it down. But a revolutionary came by that because you never see it coming. You can't. That's why I say it won't be televised. You can't see it coming. You don't know. You don't know when it's going to happen.
Well, yeah. Let me throw a shout out to Chief Noya for getting us together tonight. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Chief Noya, appreciate you. Yeah, she's up in the chat. Yeah, she up in the chat.
Okay, what's up? Yeah, that's my cousin, man. Chief Noya is my cousin. We found each other last year. We real bloodline cousins. I know a lot of people talking about y'all cousins. We real bloodline crazy. My third great granddaddy is her uncle. Is her uncle on my father's side. So we real bloodline cousins. I know a lot of people like we cousins. I ain't everybody cousin. I'm just saying I'm the first one to say that. You know what I'm saying? I'm the first. I'm not everybody cousin, and I know everybody be claiming we cousin.
I'll be the one to say I ain't related to these niggas.
Hey, I know. Any of your countries used to say that all the time. We cousins. Everybody they cousins. I ain't everybody cousin. No, So yeah, Chief Noya is my cousin, bro. So we found out. I told my dad about it. I told the family told my family about it. That we got some cousins out there in Georgia, and I'm gonna go into their history one day. But yeah, bro. But we gonna have to get through our own kind. Every revolutionary, every struggle, you got to go through your own kind to get to get complete freedom. You have to go through your own kind. But what I'm talking about right now is that our people got to get certain survival skills. So if you take your family, you got to go in the woods, and your grandmama got died. She's a diabetic, and she can't get no insulin shots. You got to know how to treat your grandmother. You got to know how to treat your child. You got to use okra. You got to boil okra. You got to cut the ends off the okra and boil it. Because okra is the substitute for insulin. If you get wounded and you get a cut and you bleed it and you about to bleed out, What did you use? And you need some plasma. You got to use coconut water. They use coconut water in the war for blood plasma. If you got to get a wound, get you some red dirt, mix with vinegar, and wrap your wound up. We got to learn how to hunt. Get a shotgun, a 306, a 308, and get in the woods and learn how to hunt. Get a fish, learn how to fish, learn how to make nets. Our ancestors made nets from the cedar tree. Took the bark off the cedar tree and weeded it down and made a fish nets out of it. These are the things that we have to know. What if your child catch a seizure, just go crazy and fall out, and you can't get him to the hospital? You got to get him some muckwalk. You got to get your child some muckwalk if he catching a seizure, and we don't know what to do. If you in the woods and you get mosquitoes, and mosquitoes, because it's hot in the Delta, what you do for mosquitoes? You got to put you some lavender on. You got to get you some lavender flower and break that lavender flower and rub it on your skin. Snakes. What you do for snakes? You got to get you some sulfur and put sulfur around your perimeter. You got urine in your body. The urine in your, okay. You got urine in your body. You got adrenaline glands. You get your adrenaline gland. I think that's your thyroid gland. I think the thyroid gland is sitting on the top of your kidney, your kidneys, the thyroid, I believe. But that's a gland that sits on the top of your kidney. And you got fear. Fear comes through two glands, your adrenaline gland and your thyroid gland, and you got to, and then you got to urinate through your kidneys. What do you think your urine smell like if you in the woods? If you got a lot of fear in you? You don't think them birds just smell that fear? You don't think them animals can smell that fear? If you just going out in the woods and you're afraid and you got your girl out there, so what you got to do? It's certain animals that don't like urine. That's those small animals. They don't like urine. Deer. So if you want to catch a deer, shoot a deer, don't use the bathroom miles away, because the deer can smell your urine. The wolf can smell your urine. The bear can smell your urine. The coyote can smell your urine. And you wonder why these animals will come and hit your campsite, because you pissing everywhere. And you don't even know you got fear hormones. I mean, you got fear, the chemicals that's in your urine, they can smell the fear. These are the things that they ain't gonna teach us. But if you're growing a garden, like I did last year, I urine in a cup, a plastic bottle, let it sit in the sun for 24 hours, and I put it around perimeter around my garden, because I know they're gonna keep the squirrels, the rabbits, the coons, all of that. They gonna keep them away. And that's coming out your own body. So these are the things we need to know. Hold on. I had to, bro, because a lot of stuff I had to get some things to jog my memory.
No, it's all good. Appreciate you,
jog my memory. Yeah.
Yeah,
so
no, we definitely.
So
yeah,
we
definitely
keep bears away. If you're in the national park, and we know if you got to go and camp out or hide out, you worry about the militia, now you got to worry about the bears. You use ammonia to keep bears away. The bears hate ammonia, and they can smell ammonia a mile away. So you pull 50 yards to 100 yards, 200 or 200 yards ammonia around your perimeter. Because these animals, what do an animal do? They mark their territory. So you got to mark your territory with chemicals that they don't like ammonia. Ammonia keep away a lot of these predators. A lot of these animals, ammonia keep them away. And then ain't even your urine, you keep it out long enough, it will turn into ammonia. It will have a foul smell to it. And it will keep them away. So this is some of the things that we got to learn. If you're starving, what kind of tree bark that you eat? You just can't go to any tree and eat the bark off that tree. Do you know tree holds water? That's why when you cut wood, you got to let the tree dry out because the tree holds water. You have a maple tree. The maple tree have what you call maple syrup. That's the reason why you have to have it's called a puller or oil puller. You can stick it in the maple tree, and it will literally dip out syrup for you. So if your children need some sweets and you ain't ran out of things, you go to a maple tree, and you got to learn how to identify a maple tree. You got to learn how to identify a cinnamon tree. So while we around here playing games, that's the reason why they created the Boy Scout and the Girl Scout to teach their little children our indigenous history. Our real indigenous history is to survive on the land. Our real indigenous history to survive on the land. We always come from a survival people. We taught these Nahuatls how to survive. They were starving. They was going to our ancestors' graveyards and digging up their bodies and eating our ancestors. So we come from a mighty people. Fishing, you got to know what type of fish. Back in my days, where we come from, we catch fish with our hands. How many of y'all know how to talk to fish? I got a granddaddy knew how to talk to fish. And the fish come all up to the boat and everything. We always had a boat. I did a video last week. We always had a boat. My dad made sure about that. Made sure that we had a boat coming up. How many of y'all know how to talk to fish? How many of you know how to catch fish with your hand? If you don't have a fish net, we talking about the wrong thing, family. See, you sisters, in a few days, y'all gonna be looking at a man different. You ain't gonna want a man in the house playing PlayStation all damn day long and don't know how to get out there and get you no dinner. These corporate Negroes who don't know how to hunt, fish, and trap game and build a farm. How many of y'all know how to start a fire without a lighter, without matches? So we got to get real serious. We got to get back to the land. Our ancestors did.
That's right.
Our ancestors didn't have no lighters and no matches. They started fires all the time. And my poor sisters, I feel sorry for some of y'all. Y'all don't even want to get your nails dirty. And hold on, brothers, you big, sisters, you big, you out of shape. And we got to run, we got to jump fences. Then we got to push your big ass over the fence because you don't want to lose no goddamn weight. Now you're going to get the whole goddamn family killed because your big ass don't want to lose no weight.
No evasive tactics, right? They got no evasive tactics, right? God damn.
I know it's hard, and I meant for it to be hard. See, it's soft talking. It's over with. Soft talking is over with. You lying on the ground, talking about y'all just leave me. Y'all just leave me. But we love you, and we don't want to leave you, so we gonna have to drag you. Because we don't want you in no FEMA camp. We don't want you in no FEMA camp dying. And some of you brothers who think you in, Go ahead, bro.
Man, we got the situation with this vaccine, man. Yo, man, motherfuckers get left behind with that shit, man. Shit, straight up.
Look, man.
This
Look,
shit
man. If
bad,
they
man.
know the people who taking the vaccines, my thing would be y'all gonna have to stay away from them because they the one gonna turn you in. They the one gonna
That's
turn
right.
you in. So the people who getting the vaccine, I just say stay away from them, bro, because they the one gonna
Man,
turn
they
you in.
contagious, man. They infected. They infected.
Yeah, they contagious. They contagious. And stay away from it. And I'm just saying, I know I come out hard, but look, I'm talking this talk because I love you. And this is tough love. We gonna have to get in shape. We gonna have to train. Sisters, y'all gonna have to train because the brothers ain't gonna be there to protect you. Not all the brothers. Some of y'all sisters, y'all gonna have to make yourself worthy of our protection. We just ain't gonna be jumping out there in the land of fire protecting somebody who putting us in a bad situation. And
Well, real talk, man.
you know what I'm saying?
Survival of the fittest. I like that shirt. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you, bro.
A
Thank you.
lot of
That's
people
what
ain't
it's
fit
all
for
about.
survival, man. You can't be putting yourself in fire unnecessarily, man. You know what I mean? Just like
It's
what we
true,
seen
bro.
last year. They had so many youth once again running out there into the streets with this fake protest, riot, looting situation, right? You people running to the fire. You got females involved, you got young males involved, and they being led into the fire. We ain't supposed to be, we ain't supposed to be attracted to that. We ain't
One
supposed to
thing about it, and
participate in that.
I figure it in it, and we could probably do another one. Because one thing
Yes, sir,
about
bro.
it, you don't take your woman to war. Because your woman, she is the first teacher. We all know this. She
Mm-hmm.
got to protect them. You don't take your woman out there in war because she want to be tough. I need you to hold the village down. I need all the warrior women to hold the village down while we out. So you don't take you. So when you see them brothers like that, and they got them sisters out there, and they throwing up the black man, that's play, bro.
Mm-hmm.
That ain't for real. That ain't
Hey,
real
hey,
life. That's
hey, hey, Skyhead, did you see the picture? It was on the cover of like New York Times, New York Post, right? Where you had this quote unquote black female, right? The day Biden got quote unquote elected, right? They got a picture of her
mm-hmm,
twerking. She's twerking, right?
mm,
Surrounded by a group
mm-hmm.
of multinational foreigners, a whole lot of
Yeah,
salt and pepper.
yeah.
And they had a picture of her twerking. I'm like, what in the
That's the
yeah,
reason. That's the reason why the American Indians we got to separate ourselves, bro. And we can't be having our babies out there twerking. Our babies we need to learn how to hunt, fish, and set traps.
that's
You know what
right.
I'm saying? Our babies need to learn how to survive. We can't be teaching our little girl. That's why I respect this brother. He got a well-paid card for survival sisters, and he teaching
Mm,
his little girls how to shoot
yep.
guns, how to shoot bow and arrows, how to anything that comes with survival. He teaching his little girl. So I respect that, brother. But now he becoming more commercial. They getting a lot of fun, and they becoming commercial. I ain't with the commercial. I'm about trying to train my people underground. So this was Strongbow Society. Right now, we got 2 chapters. We working on a third chapter. Nobody don't know who nobody is. None of these chapters don't know who nobody is because we still trying to find people out and trying to see who they say they are. So I'm not going to introduce the New York chapter to the California chapter. California chapter got to know, well, we strong both society in California. New York got to know we strong both. Till we get our strength and these people can be trusted, that's when you start like, okay, it's time to have a grand meeting. Everybody come to this land. You get, bro. I went to. I'm finna end this with this. I went to the Ouachita Mountains maybe about 2 years ago in Hot Springs, Arkansas. You know who in the mountains? Them goddamn hillbillies.
Mm-hmm.
Them hillbillies all in the mountains, bro. All in the mountains. on Washita was a major sacred religion site for our people. The water in Hot Springs, Arkansas is still literally coming out the ground. We should be arming up, uniting up the right way to get to that site. We need to be camping in that site. We need to go hunting in those sites. We need to go fishing in those sites. We need to start us a mass movement of people getting together, indigenous people getting together and going hunting, going fishing and camping and teaching our babies how to survive on the land. Because when it's time to come down to that, it should become secondhand. It should become like riding a bike. And we have to pass these skills down from generation to generation to generation. I'm not worried about no damn paperwork. Because when the Constitution be suspended, see, that shit gonna be over. And the people don't believe that this Constitution gonna be suspended. They already getting rid of your civil liberties. Shit, they marrying these gay people. God damn it, they got unisex bathrooms. So a man can go into a woman's bathroom, a woman can go into a man's bathroom. We already will see what's going on in front of us. And y'all around here hugging trees and smelling flowers, talking about you spiritual. I'm a tree hugger. Come on. And your ancestors was warriors. Women's and men. Put this in, put that in. But I left all that stuff a long time ago. I got a bug out bag in my car. I'm finna end with this. And we could do a second if the people want it. I got a bug out bag in my car. I got a backpack. And in my backpack, I got medicines. I got a first aid kit. I got water. I have ropes. I have cooking utensils. I have waterproof matches. I have this right here is a fire burning kit. This here is a fire burning kit. Hold on, I might got some things on me. Get you a fire burning kit. That's how. Hold on. Get you a fire burning kit. Our ancestors, when they took Andrew Jackson into Florida, they put knives. They had these knives in their teeth, and they were swimming through the swamps. They took Andrew Jackson to the swamps. That's what we call Shatagula. Shatagula means the people of the swamps. And they took them to the swamps because they was not used to fight no guerrilla warfare. Guerrilla warfare came from us. And they dust them in the swamps. So who know the land? I look like my environment. My locks look like vine. Your skin of a tree. You look like your environment. They cut them when they get dark, they can't see you. We was the first hunters. We was the first fishermen. Our ancestors in the Northeast used to catch whales. Do you know what the Illinois Confederacy used to hunt? They hunted mountain lions, real talk. They hunted buffaloes. They killed all the buffaloes, so I try to starve our people to death. Them mammoths, them big old mammoths with them long tusks. Our ancestors hunted mammoths of fearless people. So why we got all this damn fear in us now? Because we eat bad, we think bad. Anything scare you. You ain't afraid of me. You'll kill me. Oh, niggas ain't afraid of niggas. But you're afraid of your enemy. You're afraid out there to get out there in the woods and learn how to survive. right today, this summer, I would love to see more of us camping, more of us hunting, more of us is doing things outdoors besides having our babies and children playing these goddamn Nintendos and these crazy ass shooting games, and you wonder why these 80 babies out here killing each other because you raising them up to be killers. You raising them up to be killers. You got them in front of the games. You buying all these damn games from them. Yeah, the brother talked about the hoodoo and the voodoo. Hold on. See, I'm on it, bro. See, it ain't nothing that the people can bring up, Tony, that I'm not on. I'm on it, bro. But let me tell you something about the hoodoo and the voodoo, because there's a lot of people out there faking. Do y'all know what alabaster it is? Do you know what alabaster? Alabaster was made, the sheetrock in your house is made out of alabaster. Our ancestor cursed alabaster and gave it to the white people because if you get married, it will break up everybody in their family. Our people build their houses out of nature, out of wood, because wood holds a vibration. Alabaster doesn't. That's why they call us a bastard, and he's a bastard child. So all the people who practicing root work, why you ain't putting root work on the enemy? Hold on, I was looking for something. Why you ain't practicing root work on the enemy? If you're gonna practice root work on the enemy. Practice root work on the enemy. If you're gonna practice root work, what y'all know about? I'm going to Chicago to visit my auntie. I hope I can record her to tell some of these stories. In Mississippi, it was a white man messing with indigenous sisters. They were two sisters, and they used to go out in the fields and play. And this now Hulu, he used to threaten them all the time, threaten their life and run them home every day. And his hat fell off. The sisters was taught what we call voodoo. They picked up the hat and spoke some words in this Nahula hat and dropped it back on the ground and ran. He got the hat, put it on his head. When he put the hat on his head, next day he went crazy. That's voodoo. That's power. Because power is in the word. And I ain't talking about no Christian shit. Do y'all know about Boot? What's his name? Booterman, Bowman, and Fatu. And he was Arawak. And she used Arawak magic to put on the Haitian warriors. So when they went out,
yeah, Skyhand, you breaking up. You saying something great right now. You're breaking up right now. I don't know if you can hear me.
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you much clearer now. Yeah, you was saying I heard last thing I heard you say was you had a Arawak Indian woman that used her her ability. Yeah.
Yeah, her name was Fatu in Haiti. And the leader of one of the leaders, his name was Bookman. And when they went into the hills, into the mountains, Fatu, who was an Arawak, used her root to empower the warriors. So when they went back out and fight the Frenchmen, the bullets and the swords will not penetrate their bodies. That's a clan mother. Clan mothers empower their warriors. Clan mothers know root work. Clan mothers know how to manipulate the atmosphere. Atoms. That's a clan mother. Not what we looking at today, bro. And I don't mean no disrespect. I don't mean no disrespect.
Nah, no. It's not disrespect when you telling the truth, man. You know what I'm saying? We got a lot of frauds running around, man, making claims to certain positions. You see what I'm saying? And that's
Right,
disrespect. You see what I'm saying? These people, these
right,
these these
right.
people don't carry that bloodline. These people don't have that heritage or know those traditions and all of that. You know what I'm saying? And they're defaming. That's defamation of character in itself. You know what I'm saying? When you claiming the identity of our good people, our sacred people. But now I'm listening though.
How many people in y'all family was born with a veil? It's a lot of, and you never heard these Nahulas talk about that. It's so many people in this indigenous community families born without a veil. They know these things. They have conversation with these things. Y'all need to go back and get in contact with your ancestors. Those are your ancestors. How many of you got drunk? And I did a plenty of goddamn time. And I don't even know how I got home. I got so messed up back in the days, bro. I'd be like, how the hell I got back home? Your ancestor took over and made sure you got home safe. That's your ancestors. You ain't blacked out, dead asleep in the car, driving. Don't get a ticket. Don't get pulled over. You in the bed and you wake up and don't remember how you got home. That's your ancestor. Made sure that you get home. Because you are your ancestors. You are connected spiritually through your spiritual umbilical cord to all of your ancestors. You had a physical umbilical cord and you got a spiritual umbilical cord. And that umbilical cord is attached to all your ancestors. They showed you that in the movie Black Panther. When the brother went into a dream or a trance of sleep, he met all his ancestors and was able to talk to his father. You could do the same thing on your ancestor land. So know who you are. Don't allow these people to confuse your spirit. And we're going to talk about one day about putting our people in the grave. And the proper way how to bury our people. We got to stop putting our people in that box. Because that box confused the spirit. We got to put our people back in them cedar caskets and back in the ground. But we got to put certain stones around that body. When I bury my uncle, I bury him as a Choctaw. I didn't bury him as an African American. So his graveyard is sacred because his record said Choctaw, Indian grave site. We got to get back to that family. We got to make our loved ones, we got to give them a proper burial. They beat the drums around his grave site. We dropped feathers in his grave site. We call y'all meaty. Sapoke knee. Called upon the ancestor. A monfo will call y'all. A monfo mean grandfather. Sapoke knee. Grandmother. Will call y'all meaty. See, these the things we got to know. So, brother, with that being said, man, I so appreciate you having me on live, bro. Big out shout out to my cousin, Chiefness Noya. She been a big supporter of you and myself. Can't wait to see her. I'm gonna invite her. Be going camping probably in 3 more weeks, so she gonna get down here with us. We gonna do some camping, man, and some fishing, and have a good old time, bro. You know what I'm saying? And if you still be in Chicago, I plan on getting up there probably sometime between maybe May, June, or August. But I'll let you know, and I'll touch down with you then.
That's a bet. Yeah, definitely appreciate you, man. And anytime you want to jump on, man, definitely let's schedule it. You know what I mean? Anything you want to be shown. You know what I'm saying? I like to prepare things in advance. You know what I mean? So we can show people what we're talking about. You see what I'm saying? Definitely, man.
Yeah,
I appreciate you sharing. Huh?
Yeah, we're gonna do that bill about the Buccaneers and all these Moors group. I had a football team reward them by putting their names on them. So we gonna get to that.
Yeah, that's a bet. So yeah, man. Once again, much appreciation to our American people. Appreciate y'all presence. Stay healthy, stay strong. You know what I mean? Cowboy season is over. Scalp season is on. You know what I mean? Gotta restore the faith, the confidence, to strengthen yourselves. You know what I mean? Kill foreign media, kill foreign TV. You know what I mean? Kill your TV. Yeah, kill propaganda, kill confusion, etc. You know what I mean? Once again, Aboriginal American Truths, 84 Pure, 84 Truth. This Tomahawk Tony. We had the guest on tonight, Chief Skyhand. You know what I mean? Yeah, got more coming for y'all real soon. Skyhand, you want to say anything else, or you out?
Man, just Chapisa Shalakshani, Chichidalo. You know what I'm saying? To the people, man, y'all be safe out there. Unity is more powerful than an atomic bomb. So, like Brother Tony said, cow season is over with. It's a wrap.
That's a bet. We closing out. Catch y'all in the next one. Y'all be good. Stay healthy.
Peace.
True culture. True experience. True issue. True news. True stories. Aboriginal American Truths.